Welcome to another episode of New to Me. I'm Stephen Michael Zach, and today we are taking a look at the Cayer BF10L. This is their multi-legged tripod. It is about $149. It is 72 inches, and it is pretty darn good. Let's jump over to the workbench and check it out. Okay, so let's take a look at the case here, and first off, you're going to get this very nice strap. It does have plastic with a little bit of metal. These are not the best, but it is a nice padded strap. Then taking a look at this, very, very, very nice. The inside is very nice and padded. It's all nylon. Now there are a lot of like loose strings here in the end. With my other case from Cayer, it's not that way. So just take a scissors and be careful and cut that. And one of the things I love about this case is the fact that this compartment is kind of closed off. So you drop the head in there and then zip this closed. It really does help you put the tripod away. And of course, with every Cayer case, there is this nice pocket here, and you get all the Allen wrenches to adjust and instructions, and you get a spare Manfrotto head, which is very awesome. So let's take a look at the tripod. Okay, so looking at the tripod, this thing is fantastic. It's got these nice latches. You've got one here, and these latches are made of plastic, but this is a really heavy plastic. And then you have a latch down here as well. And one thing I do want to show you is these great ball feet, really nice ball joint down here, which is very, very cool. Now, one thing that the Viltrox, one of these that I have, one of the things that it has is it has these annoying, it has rubber feet, but then there's these big rubber things that interfere with the twisty latches, which again, I hate twisty latches, which is why I bought this. But you can actually pull up the rubber feet and there are spikes underneath. The problem with that is the spikes keep popping out and scratching my floor. But I would love if I could put spikes in here for when I'm on dirt, but these are so maneuverable, I think you're going to be okay unless you really need something to spike into the ground. But I think this is pretty good. Another thing is this is lighter than the Viltrox. It's not, the aluminum is a little bit cheaper. It's not as heavy aluminum, so it's more like tent pole aluminum, where the Viltrox is a little bit heavier. And again, all this down here is all very, very hard plastic, but still very, very nice. And then you've got the head here, which we'll go into. And of course, you open this up, you've got a spacer with knobs, and we'll go into that as well. And you've got your little handle. So all in all, not too shabby. This is a cheaper version than the Viltrox one, and I'll leave a link in the description to that review if I did one. I'm not sure if I did one, but I think I did. All in all, very, very, very cool. And of course, you've got the handle here, which I'll show you later, which extends. Very nice. Let's jump over to the floor and let's check this thing out. Okay, so here we are, and let me just show you first how amazingly tall this thing is. Now, first thing we want to do is want to pick this up, and let's go ahead and throw these wonderful latches like so, and throw the latches up here. Now, one thing you don't want to do is just let this thing drop. This aluminum, like I said, is more like tent pole aluminum. It's not like the Viltrox that I'm using on my Black Magic. So this can actually, it's actually weaker. This is a weaker tripod, but we can kind of grab it here, let these fall down like so. And one thing I really love about this tripod is the latches are all in the right spot for me. I'm 6'1", so the latches are like right just at my hand level, and just everything is just at a good level here. And let's go ahead and open this up. And there we go. This looks really, really nice. Make sure that this is nice and tight here. And just look how tall this is. This is 72 inches. So let's say that you're doing a wedding or you're recording a live event or theater. This is gonna get you up and above the crowd. So very, very, very cool. This is really awesome. And again, I'm 6'2", I'm 6'1", and the latches are literally right in the right spot. Now, one thing I did notice, this model, the Cayer model, is, like I keep saying, this is a little bit poorer quality than the Viltrox, so just be careful when dropping the legs down. But all in all, very, very cool. So let's go ahead and adjust this down to my size, which it does very easily and simply. There you go. Very, very easy to use. Okay, so forgive the fact that my black magic is sort of in the way. Let's take a look at the ball head here. First off, the pan is pretty good. I do feel some dragging inside, so it's not as good as the K3 head. You do get a bubble level on the back here, which is always very cool. And of course, the tilt is pretty good as well. Again, not as good as the K3, but pretty smooth. And of course, you are going to get the handle here, which of course you can make longer. So you can really get those nice panning and tilting movements very easily. And then you have what somebody on Amazon actually called the handle. Somebody thought this was a handle under here. It's not. This is actually the control. You twist that and then you can adjust the head. Let's take a look at the spreader because it is very, very interesting. So one of the great things about this spreader is it does have these little dials here, and you do have to be careful. These little end caps do pop off, so you might want to gaff tape or glue them down. But you can turn these, and that allows the leg to be individually adjusted, which is pretty amazing. So let's say you're on some terrain and your camera's not balanced. Well, you can simply balance the camera just by sliding the legs in and out, which is very cool. I also love the fact that they do give you these numbers so you can mark on your form. You can mark down where you had this set. So if you need to go back and do reshoots, you could see where it's set. So very, very, very cool that they give you that option, and that is really going to help you to balance your camera. In fact, I end up using that to balance my camera more than actually using the head adjustment here. Now, this is one of the reasons why I really love this tripod, because not only do you have the spreader where you can adjust the legs individually and get your balance, but then you can fine tune it using the head. So there are two very quick methods to getting your camera balanced, which is super awesome and super helpful. And one of the other things I love about this tripod is I can actually move the levers with my feet. And I don't have to reach down and turn a knob. That is super awesome. But let's go ahead and store this away. You just unlatch, pull this up a bit, and push straight down. And then this is right at my knee, right above my knees. Very easy. And that's it. You're ready to store this, and you're ready to take this on location. So let's go to the table for my final thoughts. Okay, so my final thoughts on the Cayer. This is the BF10L. This is a pretty good, cheap, inexpensive tripod for $148. I actually got this for $116 on a flash sale on Amazon, but for the money, this is pretty good, a pretty good starter tripod. Now, it is not as heavy as my Viltrox, which I have my Black Magic on, but the Viltrox has a few things that kind of really annoy me. It has feet that with these big rubber things that block the dials, the little dial switch things, those turn things, which I hate. I love the fact that this actually has physical latches. Really love that. And again, the feet kind of flip up and the spikes come out and keep scratching my floor. But with this, you do not have that problem. You have very, very, very nice feet. Like I said, very nice latches. Now, the head here is pretty good, not as good as the K3 that I have actually on my camera right now. And I do love the fact that you do have this handle here where you can extend it and you could kind of bring out the handle so you can get nice smooth pans and tilts. And it does have the Manfrotto system, which I'm completely on, which I love. And you do get the adjustment inside, which works really well for the head and for the spreader. And that's what I basically want to talk about right here at the end is to get this thing balanced is so easy. I really wish my Viltrox were this easy. I really wish like one of the sides didn't stick and it didn't have the spiky feet and the big rubber things in the way and the twisty dials. This Cayer is just a dream. Now, with that said, it is not as strong as the Viltrox. This is definitely tent pole, cheap material. The plastic is really solid on this. The handle did actually break off. The plastic inside, I accidentally pulled it right off, right out of the box. but I can fix that. That's not a big deal. All in all, really, really nice if you're on a tight budget. This is a good, solid tripod for your bigger cameras. So that's it. Those are my thoughts. But if you have any questions or comments, you can drop them in the notes below. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to mash that bell button to be notified when we drop a brand new video. I'm Stephen Michael Zach, and this is new to me.